Coyotes are becoming more and more urbanized. That means they're leaving their wilderness areas and moving into our cities to find food and water. The city of Costa Mesa is located between two very natural wilderness areas for the coyotes, the Santa Ana River Channel and the Newport Back Bay. This area gives the animals shelter, food, and a wonderful habitat. In order to keep our family members and pets safe, the city of Costa Mesa has implemented a coyote management plan. It's an educational, strategic, and proactive plan designed with the Department of Fish and Wildlife. Let's see what we could do to live in harmony with coyotes.
The coyote is a very, very important and special part of this ecology. The coyote maintains the rodent population. Stop and think for just a minute. If we didn't have coyotes here in the city, how many rats would be overrun, or rabbits that we'd have eating our gardens continually and chewing up the lawn. So the coyotes play a tremendous role in our city. A few things you can do if you happen to be confronted by a coyote. Maybe you're possibly walking your pet through the neighborhood and all of a sudden you see a coyote. What do? First thing you do is, if you're by yourself, you pick that animal up and hold that animal high, up close. You back away slowly, maintaining eye contact, and you never, ever, ever turn your back, turn sideways. You maintain that eye contact and back up slowly and get to safety. Now, if you're fortunate enough to be walking your animal with another person, again, if you confront a coyote or a group of coyotes, pick that animal up high, hold them up high, and the other person can get started in a process we call hazing.
Shoot! Get!
Pick yourself as big as you can. Get your arms up high, move your arms, move your body. Remember, the two best things you've got going for you are your body and your voice. Scream and yell, wave your arms, jump up and down. You might even pick up some rocks and throw it near the coyote.
Shoot!
And something else, just as a side note, we don't want kids hazing coyotes. That just doesn't work. Never run from the coyote. That triggers that predator-prey relationship, and that's something we just don't want to do. If you should encounter a group of coyotes, what you do is that first coyote, the coyote closest to you, chances are, is the lead coyote in the family. What you want to do is focus on that coyote and haze that coyote. If you haze that coyote, the others will follow and leave.
Go away! Shoot! Go away! Get back!
When you start hazing the coyote is going to run 10, 15 feet, turn around and look at you. So what do? You continue to haze. You move in closer to the coyote and you haze it again. It's curious. It wants to see what's coming next. Using again your voice and your body, or any other items you brought with you, like a shaker can as an example, an air horn, anything you can use to make loud noise. We always recommend, especially if you're walking animals, carry a cane, maybe a walking stick of some kind. Some people carry umbrellas with them when they're walking. Again, just a tool to use to work on that coyote and beat it on the ground, or open that umbrella up large, make it big, whatever. Coyote is not going to go much more than a half a mile from its last meal. So that's an important fact to remember. If you have attractants in the neighborhood, they're going to keep the coyotes there in that general area. So what are attractants? Attractants can be barbecue grills that haven't been cleaned, fruit that hasn't been picked up off the ground after it's fallen off of trees. Believe it or not, a bird feeder can be an attractant for a coyote. Why? Not so much the bird seed that's in the feeder, because birds will land on that feeder, scratch that seed, it falls on the ground. The rodents come in and get that excess feed. Guess who eats the rodents? So you can see where it is a chain reaction. And also, besides bird feeders, you've got situations with people feeding pets outside. That's probably the biggest problem that I face as a volunteer, is people feeding coyotes either directly or indirectly. And the bottom line is, folks that feed animals outside and don't pick up that extra food and water, the coyotes will come in and get that extra food and water. Feral cat feeding is another issue. By feeding cats, the coyotes will come in and take a cat, unfortunately, but they'll also come in and get that extra cat food. And again, that just keeps the coyotes in the area. So managing trash, making sure that your trash is always secure, the lid's tight, and either rodents or the coyotes can't get into that trash can. We recommend, if it's at all possible, put that trash can in the garage. And if you do that, the coyote can still get the smell, the scent, but he can't get to the food. And remember, coyotes are scavengers. They'll eat anything. The coyotes are after the small animals 20 pounds or under, ideally 10. That is so easy prey for them to take. Remember what the motivation of the coyote is. It wants the greatest opportunity at success in getting a meal with the least amount of energy expended and the least amount of personal risk to the animal. Because the coyote knows there's no animal hospital in animal land. If that coyote gets hurt, that coyote can't eat. If it can't eat, it will die. Manage your pet. Don't walk your animals in the park or on trailways, etc., streets with those long retractable leashes. No more than a 6-foot leash. Keep that animal close to you when you walk, and for goodness sake, stay off the cell phone. Pay attention to your animal. Your animal will actually tell you if there's danger in the area. So listen to your animal at all times. Don't walk them near brushy areas right next to the walkway or path. Stay in open areas. Stay away from any kind of close proximity to trees, brush, or etc. Never leave it unattended in the backyard. If you do, forgive me, you're just putting that animal in the food chain. The coyotes are in your backyard almost every night. They know how many pets you have. They know what time you take them out and feed them. They're very, very intelligent animals, and they can jump a 6-foot fence with no problem like that. In terms of predators for the coyote in the city, there aren't any. The only predator in the city for the coyote are automobiles. And automobiles kill a lot of coyotes. We find them all the time on the streets. And your animal services group is picking up coyotes all the time. And the truth is they become such a big part of our city that we need to know more about them. When we're working with residents in a given community area with a program that the state offers, a pilot program called Wildlife Watch, we offer to residents to inventory their backyard. We'll come in and make recommendations. As an example, we might suggest if you've got a jacuzzi and if it's not being used, cover it. You know, it's a source of water, and obviously we can't take all the water out of the city, but just remember one thing, everything you do to remove food, water, shelter, or space will help in moving the coyotes on. We're here to protect the wildlife for this wonderful state and all the animals that we own and love.
The goal of Wildlife Watch is obviously to live in harmony with the wildlife, where the people live in harmony. And what harmony means is that one word, it's learning how to respect wildlife. And I use the term respect is because most people don't understand what it means to respect wildlife. Respecting wildlife means that you're a good steward of wildlife. When you allow pet food to stay out, when you know there's coyotes in your neighborhood, you're disrespecting that wildlife. When you allow the grass in your lawn to get so large that it provides habitat for rodents, which will in turn attract the coyotes into your area, that's disrespecting wildlife. Could be a water source, could be a number of things. Wildlife Watch deals with the development of a plan, and within that plan, number one is development of an urban wildlife conflict policy for your city. Then when your agencies are coached to where they feel that they can go out and they can train the public, then they become conservation coaches to the public and implement it at the community level. That way the community feels empowered, that they're making a difference in their community, they're helping to be a part of making it safer, and then you're meeting the objective and the mandate, which is stated in the Fish and Game Code, that cities and the officials of cities have the ability to encourage and preserve the wildlife that lives within their cities.
Well, there you have it, our coyote management plan. To report an encounter with a coyote or for further information, please visit our website. The City of Costa Mesa, in partnership with the California Department of Fish and Wildlife, want you, your family, and pets to be safe from the urbanization of coyotes. So please follow the simple strategies in our coyote management plan. And remember, if you have a coyote encounter, don't ignore them, haze them. Yell at them, make loud noises to scare them, and do not ever run from a coyote. Also make sure you take the simple yet necessary precautions around your home and businesses to ensure your safety and the safety of your loved ones.